You are lying in bed. The room is quiet, the lights are off, your phone is finally away. And then your brain does something strange. It opens a file from 6 years ago. That one awkward message, that one embarrassing answer in class, that one person you should have treated better, that one moment where you said the wrong thing at the wrong time in the worst possible way. You were fine all day. You were busy. You were distracted. You were normal. But the second the world goes silent, your mind becomes a cinema. And the movie is always the same: the past. So why does your mind replay the past at night? The first answer sounds simple: because your brain is trying to remember. But the real answer is deeper. At night, your brain is not just resting, it is sorting, it is cleaning, it is strengthening some memories and weakening others. It is connecting emotions to events. It is asking one ancient question again and again: what should I learn from this? During the day, your brain is crowded. Messages, work, school, noise, traffic, people, food, deadlines, videos, conversations. Your attention keeps jumping from one thing to another. But at night, the outside world becomes smaller. No one is asking you questions. No one is calling your name. No one is forcing your attention outward. So your attention turns inward. And when attention turns inward, the brain starts searching through unfinished business. This is why old memories often appear when you are trying to sleep. Not because your brain hates you. Not because you are weak. Not because you are dramatic. But because the quiet gives your mind space to process what the noise kept hiding. Scientists have long studied the connection between sleep and memory. Sleep is not simply a shutdown button. Research suggests that while you sleep, your brain helps stabilize memories, process emotional experiences, and connect new information with older knowledge. In simple words, sleep is when the brain asks, what mattered today? What should be stored? What should be ignored? What should be understood? But there is a problem. Your brain is not equally interested in every memory. It does not replay the boring moment when you opened a door correctly. It does not replay the time you drank water normally. It does not wake you up thinking about a completely average walk to the kitchen. Your brain replays moments that carried emotional weight: embarrassment, regret, fear, rejection, shame, loss, uncertainty, unfinished conversations. Why? Because emotional memories often carry survival information. For your ancestors, social mistakes mattered. Being rejected by the group could be dangerous. Ignoring danger could be deadly. Forgetting who betrayed you could cost you. Forgetting where you failed could make you fail again. So the human brain became very interested in painful lessons. It is like an overprotective teacher who thinks, if this hurt once, we should study it very carefully. That is why the most random, embarrassing memory can suddenly return at 2 a.m. with full emotional power. Your brain is not trying to entertain you. It is trying to protect you. But the protection system is old. Very old. It was built for small tribes, real danger, face-to-face conflict, and survival problems that needed direct solutions. Today, it has to deal with screenshots, unread messages, social media silence, office politics, school pressure, family expectations, and conversations that ended with no closure. The brain treats many modern emotional threats like ancient survival threats. Someone did not reply. Your brain asks, are we rejected? Someone sounded cold. Your brain asks, are we unsafe? You made a mistake. Your brain asks, will this damage our place in the group? You remember an old failure. Your brain asks, how do we prevent this next time? This is where replay begins. Replay is not always useless. Sometimes thinking about the past helps you learn. You remember what went wrong. You understand someone better. You notice a pattern. You make a better choice next time. That is reflection. Reflection says, what happened? What can I learn? What can I do differently? But at night, reflection can easily become rumination. Rumination is different. Rumination does not move forward. It loops. It says, why did I say that? Why am I like this? What if they still remember? What if I ruined everything? Why didn't I do better? Why didn't I know then what I know now? Reflection is a teacher. Rumination is a broken replay button. This is why your mind can spend 20 minutes on a moment that lasted 5 seconds. The brain is trying to solve something, but the problem has no clean ending. You cannot go back and unsay the sentence. You cannot edit the old conversation. You cannot walk into the past and perform the scene again. But your brain still tries. It simulates alternatives. What if I had said this? What if I had stayed quiet? What if I had left earlier? What if I had apologized? What if I had not trusted them? What if I had tried harder? This is mental time travel. Humans can travel backward into memory and forward into imagination. It is one of the reasons we can plan, learn, create, and avoid future mistakes. But at night, mental time travel can become a trap. The body wants sleep. The brain wants closure, and closure is not always available. This is one reason nighttime thinking feels so intense. You are tired. Your defenses are lower. Your room is quiet. There are fewer distractions. And your brain's emotional system can feel louder. The same thought that seems manageable at 3 p.m. can feel enormous at 3 a.m. A small, awkward moment becomes a character flaw. A delayed reply becomes abandonment. A mistake becomes proof that you always fail. An old memory becomes a verdict. Night makes thoughts feel heavier. Not because night is magical, because your tired brain has less energy to challenge them. During the day, the logical part of your mind can say, "It is not that serious. People probably forgot. I can handle it tomorrow." But at night, especially when you are stressed or sleep-deprived, the emotional brain can take more control. The mind begins to confuse thinking with solving. It says, "If we keep replaying this, maybe we will finally feel safe." But safety does not come. So it replays again. This creates a loop. The more you replay, the more emotional the memory becomes. The more emotional it becomes, the more important it feels. The more important it feels, the more your brain believes it must replay it again. And now you are awake. Not because the past is happening again, but because your body is responding as if the past still needs action. Your heart may beat faster. Your muscles may tense. Your breathing may change. Your stomach may feel strange. The memory is old, but the body reaction is present. This is the cruel part.
You are not broken.
Your brain can use imagination to create real
when
physical
we feel
stress.
Overwhelmed, we need to find
A conversation from
meaning,
years
safety,
ago
and
can make your
lessons in our
body prepare for
experiences.
danger tonight. But here is the good news. If your mind replays the past at night, it does not mean you are broken. It means your brain is doing something human. It is searching for meaning.
As the shield solidifies,
It is searching for
protection
safety.
becomes a prison.
It
The
is searching
repeated
for
memories
unfinished
form a
lessons. The problem is not that the brain reviews the past. The problem is when
Do
review
not
becomes
fight
punishment.
The thought.
Your brain may think it is protecting you, but sometimes it protects you by trapping you in the very memory you want to leave. So what can you do? The goal is not to fight the thought aggressively, because fighting a thought often makes it stronger. If someone says, "Do not think about the embarrassing thing," your brain immediately opens the embarrassing thing in high definition. Instead, the goal is to teach the brain that the memory has been noticed. One simple method is to name the loop. Say silently, "This is rumination. This is my brain replaying an old file. This is not an emergency." That small label matters. Because the moment you name the loop, you are no longer fully inside it. You are observing it. Another method is to write it down before bed. Not a full diary, just a brain dump. What is bothering me? What do I need to remember tomorrow? What lesson can I take from this? What action, if any, is actually possible? This gives the brain a signal. We have stored this. We do not need to keep replaying it all night. Another method is to separate lesson from punishment. Ask, what is the useful lesson here? If there is a lesson, take it. If there is an apology needed, plan it. If there is a boundary needed, write it. If there is no action possible, say, this is not a problem to solve tonight, because not every thought deserves a meeting. Some thoughts are just old alarms. They were installed by pain. They ring when life becomes quiet. But that does not mean the building is on fire. This is especially true for memories of embarrassment. Most people are busy replaying their own lives. They are not thinking about your old awkward sentence as much as you are. Your brain makes you the main character of every mistake. But other people's brains are busy doing the same thing to them. Everyone is haunted by their own deleted scenes. That is why nighttime replay feels so personal, but it is actually universal. Somewhere, at the same time you are lying awake, remembering what you said years ago, someone else is lying awake, remembering what they said to you. Human beings are memory machines, but we are also meaning machines. We do not just remember events, we ask what those events say about us. And this is where many people suffer. The event was, I made a mistake, but the mind turns it into, I am a mistake. The event was, someone left, but the mind turns it into, I am not worth staying for. The event was, I failed once, but the mind turns it into, I always fail. The replay becomes painful because the brain is not just showing a memory. It is trying to write an identity. So before sleep, ask one question. Am I remembering what happened, or am I attacking who I am? That question can interrupt the loop, because you are allowed to learn from the past without becoming a prisoner of it. The past should be a classroom, not a courtroom. And maybe this is the real reason your mind replays the past at night. It is looking for a verdict. Was I wrong? Was I foolish? Was I rejected? Was I safe? Was I loved? Did I matter? But sleep does not come from winning the trial inside your head. Sleep comes when the trial ends. So tonight, when your mind opens an old memory, try not to panic. Do not treat every replay as truth. Do not treat every feeling as evidence. Do not treat every regret as a life sentence. Notice it. Name it. Take the lesson if there is one. Leave the punishment. Your brain is ancient, it is protective, it is dramatic, it is sometimes wrong. But it is trying to help. It just needs to learn that the past is not always a problem to solve. Sometimes it is only a file to close. And maybe the most peaceful sentence you can tell yourself at night is this: I have learned what I can. I will handle what I must, but I do not need to suffer twice, because the past already happened. And tonight, your mind does not need another replay. It needs rest.